How much content is too much content? I asked that question because in Raid Shadow Legends news today, we saw an exclusive interview done by Cirilla, the community manager, with Ash, the content creator, where it was released that Hydra, the new clan boss, not replacing the old clan boss, is coming into the game soon, and we saw some hints about what it will look like. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some of my thoughts and experience about the whole thing, so bear with me. Now, I promise not to make this one a very negative one, like most content about Raid that has not yet been released usually is. I promise not to be too pessimistic and maybe be on the upbeat side a little bit. It's not in my nature. So I'll give you that out plain. And also, you should know as a disclaimer that these thoughts are all mine, from a content creator and from a player who's been playing for over a year and is currently at maybe end game, but not at level where I've beat all content in the game. All right, so let's just get right into it. First off, I would say new content is always welcome in games, no matter what game you're playing. In GTA that I used to play for a very long time, we always welcome new DLC, something that everybody looks forward to, because you've been playing the old content for a long time. They release new DLC. So in games like Raid, we see these new bosses and these new dungeons and these more difficult stages as new DLCs also that improves the game in a bit. And also for the newer players who are coming into the game, it doesn't take away from the old content that is already in the game. So new content is always welcome. So there's some rare occasions where new content will have some kickback, especially if it's content that requires a lot of stress and more time in the game. I say that because Raid is a game that people complain about the time they spend in the game a lot about. And we've had a new content that is coming in terms of quality of life improvements. That is one new content, or new feature I should call that players have been waiting for a long time. So pushing back quality of life improvements and bringing forward new bosses and new difficult stages is what players are kicking against. So we are not kicking against new content, we are kicking against bringing it before the quality of life improvements. In the exclusive interview, Cirilla did mention that the quality of life improvements have been pushed back to next year, while they are start going to release teasers about the the new boss this month. So we need teasers about the quality of life content this month, not teasers about the new boss this month. So that's my own personal thought on it. So I don't know what the Hydra Dragon is all about. Personally, if you ask me, or the Hydra Clan Boss, if you ask me, I have already beat Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare. I can 2-key Nightmare. If I build a team for Ultra Nightmare, I'm sure I can 1-key Nightmare, because I do have the double man eater, but I refuse to build it. I'm fine with 2-key Ultra Nightmare. So if you say, okay, a new boss is coming into the game, my thought is like, if I can beat Ultra Nightmare, doesn't that mean automatically that I can also beat this new boss, Hydra boss, that is coming into the clan boss? That is my automatic thought. No matter how hard you think it's gonna be as an end game player, you can beat it. We just have to wait for Hellhate and Deadwood Jedi to show us how to do it as usual. So yes, we're looking forward to those new content that is going to come up, and we'll just look at their teams and copy it and just beat the boss and whatever. That's the new content that is coming. We're going to beat it for sure. But my challenge is, I'm not willing to put in the effort, just like I'm not willing to put in the effort into beating Ultra Nightmare in 1-key. I'm not willing to put the effort to beating this new boss, except the challenge will be worth it. Except we're talking more sacred shards, I'm talking more legendary skill tomes, and this new barrel, or whatever they're calling it, feast, will also be in this new Hydra boss. Then it will be worth it. But if it's just gonna be same old void shard 1 or 2, or ancient shards, then I'm afraid it's not going to be worth it, especially for newer players who are trying to beat brutal nightmare, and here you have something else to beat, except maybe the new boss will have a lower level. It won't just be more difficult than Ultra Nightmare. I think it should be more difficult than Ultra Nightmare. If it has a lower level that a newer player can beat and get some minor potions or something, then fine. That would be, good for newer players or some epic books, especially. That it's really, really difficult to get these days in the game if you're mid-game. So that's my thought on the whole boss that is coming to the game. It's good for end-game players. Because they finally have something else to do other than fight over CVC arena with thousands of dollars, or use or try to do platinum arena with crazy teams each week. This is a new content for them to focus on, and rather than being bored with the game and finally deciding not to play anymore, and you see them giving their accounts away for just free with thousands of legendary champions even gathered over the years. So this might be a new content for them to focus on, and bring some older players back into the game who have their accounts dormant for a very, very long time. And for the dupe system, now we are sure at least this is coming. Again, this is not a new content. This is more of a quality of life improvement for us in the game. So I think that one is a good one that they finally push forward to us in the game. We've not seen it yet. We're expecting it to drop soon, maybe December. And when that drops, maybe that's why they refuse to drop the one that is supposed to happen in the tavern, where you level up champions and all that. The quality of life improvements at that part also needs to be dropped at the same time with this dupe system. That two should have been dropped together, to be honest. But they decided to push one forward so they have some new content for us maybe for next year. Even if you have it ready, because I do it for my content sometimes. I have 2 videos tonight. I'm not going to post 2 videos tonight. I'm going to post one tonight and maybe one tomorrow. So maybe that's what Raid is doing. They have the tavern changes, the quality of life improvements ready, but they want to drop the dupe system and push the other one ahead. So good one, Raid. So having some content for the next time in case your players get bored and you need something to make the community come alive again, you just post the new content that was ready right now that you pushed to February or March. That's how far we have to wait for the quality of life improvement coming to the tavern. So it's not a nice one. I'm kind of bitter about that one, but hey, we can still level up champions. We can still do all that. It's just taking a lot of time. It's not just that is coming. We also heard from the interview that they will be talking about something related to using our keys in the clan boss, and also the faction wars. So you can also do all that. Doom Tower also, maybe you can do those runs faster with super raids or something. So we had that in the interview. We are hoping that comes earlier, but like I said, it's March and February time. So unfortunately, we'll be doing our manual runs and auto runs until then. So that's my thought on this whole thing. I'm not quite super excited, looking forward to it, because it's all, what do you call it now? Information that is not yet set on stone. A lot of answers have not been given. Everything is saying in the future, in the future, in the future. And when you don't have all the facts, it's kind of hard to make a clear judgment about what is coming. That's why I don't do these speculation videos. I don't try to, post thumbnails and try to get you to click on my videos just because there's a new information, because that new information is too small. It's not an information. It's not a full fact. So I don't think Raid is doing. I'm good. It's good to create some hype about something. It's good. So if you want to create some hype about something, drop that teaser video. Drop that the one they did for the dupe system. That's hype about it. But when you drop that hype video and then you leave out a lot of information, like how many legendary champion is going to take us to do certain things, or how many level up is going to take, what type of level it's going to take. You know what I'm talking about for the dupe system. I don't even have all the information about it, because I looked at that video. I'm like, all right. I did do a dupe system video once, and I talked about it here, where I told you I will not be saving up my rares. So check that out. I'll pin it or card it if you've not seen that video. All right, that's my thought on this whole exclusive interview that was done and all the information that is available so far, which is not a lot, but at least it's something to go by. It's something to keep older players on the edge of their seats, while it makes us mid-game or kind of end-game players, eager, like, can I do this? Can I do this? You're not sure if your gear can do this. You're not sure if this new content will be for you. I'll give you an example. The Doom Tower, hard. You've not yet beat the Doom Tower hard. You're trying to build teams with high resistance and all that to beat that. And then you have this new content coming. You're like, oh my God, not again. Not again. So just like I'm starting with the Doom Tower normal and beating it, I will look at this new boss whenever it comes and look at it. If I cannot do it, I will not touch it. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to, it's a challenge, and games are supposed to be challenging, but Raid has too much content to focus on. I just finished Lydia, or I'm going to finish Lydia in 2 days when the final Skinwalkers faction open. That is me dedicating an entire month to building champions to beat all the factions. That is content. So imagine how long it took me to beat that content. Now there are more coming up. So I'm sure finally we'll get to Doom Tower hard. I'm sure finally we'll get to the Hydra boss. But until then, it's not something I'm looking forward to, because as much as games are supposed to be challenging, Raid makes it extra challenging just to cater to the end game players. And to reach that level, you have to build your gears and champions to reach that level, which takes a long time. So I guess we'll be playing this game forever. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Good night.